What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're going to be back here in Forza Horizon 4 today. It is the start of the spring season for me. It'd be the day before for you guys because I upload a day later. And we did get one new vehicle for this season, the Mclaren 720S Spider, the 2019 model. So let's go ahead and explode this thing here in Forza Vista, take a quick look around the car just in detail. As you can see, I did swap rims already. And I did track width upgrade. That's the only thing I did to the car just to get it looking a little better for this little look or walk around the car here. Not a whole lot of space up here in the boot. Enough to throw a couple bags in there, but not a whole lot of space. Can't really expect much from a car like this though in terms of having much space to carry luggage and stuff around. On this car we cannot pop the engine cover, so we can't take a look in there, but I don't think we're really missing much at all in terms of what would actually be in there. I do want to show you guys this top real quick. It is pretty cool how the rear lifts up and the top just kind of goes back in the car, which is why we can't pull the engine cover off. There's not really any way to be able to view it in this car from the top. Let's go ahead and pop this door open, take a look at the inside of it here real quick too. The interior, which it's this way in every McLaren, is very, very nicely done. Very good looking car on the inside. Lots of Alcantara. Looks like we got, is that carbon fiber accents in the door? It looks like it is. It's a little hard to tell. Yeah, there's definitely carbon fiber accents through the door panel. Just a really nicely done, classy interior, which I think we come to expect from McLaren. Very good engine sound here in the game. I don't know if it's the same sound the other 720S uses or not, but it's very crisp, clean sounding. And while we are over here at my house already, we're going to go ahead and jump in and do customization now, because all we're going to be really doing here is taking this car out, taking it for a cruise, and just see how it handles and kind of get my thoughts on it, because I really feel like this car is not going to feel much different than the regular 720S at all here in the game. I really got to say I love the rear end on this McLaren 720S. They look so aggressive. Just a really, really good looking car. Now, I will say before we actually get into the upgrades and customization, there's not really a lot you can do to this car. It already has race tires, there's no engine swaps or anything. All we can do is all-wheel drive swap, which I'm not going to be doing. I don't want to ruin the feel of the car. We have, obviously, the really terrible Forza era, which on the 720S actually doesn't look bad in the front. I'm not sure what the spoiler looks like. I mean, I'd rather just stick with the factory spoiler, but if you do want that extra downforce for racing, it doesn't look completely terrible on this car. It's actually about the right width, which is kind of shocking considering Forza's track record with aero. Like I said, we're already on race tires. We can actually throw some pretty wide tires on this thing, 285s front. In the rear we can go up to a 345, which is a pretty massive tire. We can go up to a 20, not going to be doing that either. Like I said, I already did throw the track width upgrades on it. This is as wide as the track width goes, which is actually pretty much perfect on this car. You really don't want a whole lot of poke on something like this. It just kind of looks goofy on supercars, I feel like. We'll go ahead and throw all these drivetrain upgrades at it real quick. I don't think we're going to get a lot of performance out of these. I did already throw the race suspension on. As you can see, the car does sit pretty low now. I don't know if that's the lowest it can go or not. I haven't checked tuning out yet. Stock ride height's not much higher. Obviously, we can do rally suspension, which I don't know why you would want to. And then you can do drift suspension, which just slams and tucks that front tire in up there. I'm not going to throw a roll cage in this thing either, but we can do it. It sits absurdly low on that window line. That looks horrible. I don't know why they wouldn't have brought it up closer to the roof. I know there's room, even with the top going back, to be able to actually get that up a little higher. Even the front down bars look really, really strange and out of place in this car. It almost looks like they pulled the roll cage out of another car and threw it in here, or when they were like doing the modeling, they didn't tilt it far enough forward to match that body line, because the whole line is slightly tilted back, it looks like. Really weird looking cage. Probably one of the worst looking ones I've seen here in Forza. We can bring this thing down to, what is that, 2,687 pounds, which is pretty absurdly light for a car like this. We're gonna go ahead and do it though, just see how it drives. throw our race exhaust on there, throw race cams at it. Actually, we're just gonna max this thing out. We just want to see what this will do, what kind of power it'll put out. Completely maxed. I skipped over turbos there. My controller gets a bit fidgety sometimes using the D-pad. And we need to pop back over here to the ignition, fuel system, and intake. I don't think this car is gonna hit the top of S2. I really, yeah, not even close. With all-wheel drive, I definitely feel like it would, just because it would be able to hook up better. But with almost 1,000 horsepower rear-wheel drive, this car is not going to have the greatest traction. Anyways, that's full upgrades. Let's hop out now, take this thing, cruise around for a little bit, just see how the car drives and handles, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. Of course, I leave the garage or my house and it's raining again. Literally almost the entire time I've been driving since I jumped in the game today in the spring season, it has been raining non-stop. Literally every race to unlock this car was in the rain. It was not fun at all. At least not when you're talking S2 class cars and you're driving a McLaren 720S. It's not the best car to drive in the rain. Also, I did not do any tuning to this thing yet. This is just throwing the upgrades on it, and this thing handles amazingly well compared to what I thought it was going to be with this kind of power. It just pulls like crazy too. It's like you're always in the power band, it feels like. This is a really great road here in Horizon to take cars out on and really test their high-speed cornering ability, because that's all this is high-speed corners. There's nothing really tight on this stretch of road here by the beach. So you get up to here, then you got like a kind of little tighter S-turn through there. Nothing crazy still though. Just so much room to really let a car kind of stretch its legs, see what it's capable of doing and how it handles the different road conditions here in Horizon, because there's a lot of bumps and elevation changes on this road. Really nice backdrop of the mountains too. It's a really nice spot to come out and do some photo shoots. And I don't know if you guys are into that or if you're into car photography. I'm sure you probably are if you're watching this video because you have an interest in cars. But if you do, down in the description I do have the link to my Instagram, and I post a ton of photography from Horizon and other racing games pretty much every single day. So if you guys want to check that out, hop down in the description, follow the link over to my Instagram, and give me a follow if you guys like the content I post over there. Oh, I missed shift and went to third gear. Ho ho! This thing's got a lot of torque for sure. It just really snapped loose there. Throttle management is definitely your best friend with this car, having almost 1,000 horsepower. We'll just call it 1,000 just for the sake of ease, because it's 949. What's 50 horsepower when you're already pushing that kind of power out? When you really open this thing up, it just pulls so hard. It's kind of, honestly, a little astounding how hard this car pulls. I kind of feel like this is actually a little faster than the 720S is here in the game. Rear end started to get out a little on me there. As long as you're not in throttle, it feels like it's a fairly easy car to recover when it does kick out on you like that. Really, it's a fairly easy car to control just in general. This thing handles so well. It's really surprising me here. Alright, I'm gonna jump in real quick, do just a little bit of tweaking to the tuning. Since this is stock, I haven't even changed tire pressures. We'll come back out, cruise this thing just a little more, and see if it actually helps or not, because the car feels really great already. Alright, so I pretty much did mostly minor tweaks to the alignment, suspension. I didn't touch gearing at all, because the gearing feels really good in this car. Very usable power band, every single gear in it. It's not really kind of sluggish in any of the gears, so I did want to mess with that. I did lower it down a little bit more. We can actually lower it a little bit more than I did so far. Let's take a quick look at it here from side profile. That's a little bit lower. It's not crazy. Just a tiny little bit of wheel gap there. Oh, and I just now realized we are driving with the top down. I was kind of worried this car was going to be a spider that you actually cannot take the top down on in game and drive around with. But looks like it does, which is pretty awesome. I was really hoping it would. This thing sounds even better from the outside, surprisingly. See that active arrow coming into play there? I miss out on a lot of those little things like that in this game because I do almost always play first person unless I'm taking photos just to see where the lighting is, or unless I'm doing a video like this for you guys to show you guys what the car looks as we're actually driving around in the world. So the small things like them shooting fire where the exhaust exits are, or whether a convertible top actually works or not in this game, I don't see a whole lot. Car is extremely planted to the road for not having aero upgrades. It's kind of surprising to me that we're not getting more lift coming over some of these hills. As you can see, my suspension tweaks I did do to this thing and changing tire pressures around and messing with the differential just a little bit really helped the off-throttle oversteer in this thing. It was kind of a little sketchy when you were off throttle going around corners, especially there in Edinburgh. Oh, those pops are so good. I don't know what happened a second ago there, but it was just like popcorn almost coming out of the exhaust, just kept throwing fire out. It's pretty sick. There it goes, did it again. Oh, that's so good. This might be one of my new favorite cars just to cruise in. Thought I had enough gear for second there, but I should have went to third. See, like that right there, there's not many cars in this game that have backfires that good. Whoa. Just trying to look at my map to see where the highway exit was and started going off into the grass. Alright, let's see what kind of top speed this thing can hit on the highway here. I didn't even bother to actually look when I was in tuning to see what it said. Just so much grip in this car. Oh, here comes the rain again. Looks like we're gonna stall out at about 220, I wanna say. I don't even, oh, there's 220. Yeah, it looks like 220 is gonna be it, at least with how I have this thing tuned. 7th gear in this thing's more like a highway gear for cruising around for fuel economy. It's pretty sure this car is a lot like most of the Bentleys. They hit top speed in 6th gear, and then 7th and 8th, if you're talking about the newer Bentleys, are just your highway cruising gears. This would definitely be a really fun car to take on highway runs here with people because it's just got so much grip and handles so incredibly well. You can basically be flat out the whole time. I'm just kind of babying it because the rain is coming on. And it started to slide out on me there, so I figured I'd try to get it to go around the roundabout and hold it, but I don't think I might be able to, at least not with this tune I have on it. Uh-oh. So precise in the steering too. The input is just amazing on this car. It feels so good. A lot of you guys that play on controllers probably won't understand what I mean, but a lot of cars in this game, they just feel kind of sloppy when it comes to steering input. Like you have nothing and then all of a sudden it just picks up, or the steering just feels loose. And this is just so tight and precise. Like it really is barely wheel input at all to get you around the corner. This thing can really hold speed on these back roads like this. I can't stop saying it enough. I'm blown away by how this car drives and handles. Oh, a little too much. Every time you say something nice about a vehicle in this game, that's when you wreck. That was all my fault though. I was just trying to see how much speed I could really hold around that corner since it was a little tighter than most of these other ones through this area. As soon as I heard those tires start struggling for grip, I knew I was going to be in trouble. Oh no. Oh. Well, I avoided hitting him directly, but still ricocheted off of him. Really trying to push this thing and see where its limits are really at. Really rough section of road there. You could hear the car kind of hopping around and the RPMs rising. That was extremely close there. Sounds so good when you downshift, especially when you get just that perfect heel toe. That was insane. This thing just definitely one of my favorite cars to cruise from now on, I think, when I just wanted to go out and hit back roads and just kind of test my limits here in Horizon. Definitely my favorite rear-wheel drive one. There is very few rear-wheel drive cars in this game that have this kind of grip and handle this well. Oh, I changed my view somehow. Well guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this one. You definitely should go out and get this car. It's really easy to get. It's just one championship series you have to complete. Took me a little bit just because of the rain and having a hard time getting the Senna to hook up and not just spin tires all the time on me. But really wasn't horrible at all. With a little more tuning, I probably could have done it a little easier in the Senna. I haven't drove that car in a very long time and it's got a really old tune on it. Anyways guys, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button down below, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.